I'm Janet Fielding, and I played Tegan Jovanka in Doctor Who. And this is The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Are you like a little garbage can?
You must talk louder. Daleks are hard of hearing.
No, yes. Good. I asked you if you were a little tiny garbage can. I wasn't sure.
I'm not R2D2. You need to get your genres correct.
Wow. Well, R2D2 is not a little garbage can. He's actually a charming little individual. What are your special talents?
Extermination and extermination.
Extermination or extermination?
Correct.
Yeah. Which is your favorite?
Well, that would be extermination.
Oh, wow. Well, so we actually have some like mine. That's wonderful.
Do you exterminate?
To exterminate, yes.
Excellent. We will make sure you're exterminated last so that you may help the Daleks in the conquering of the galaxy.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. Do you want to do coffee? Do you like Starbucks?
No, too expensive. Overrated.
Once again, we're on the same page.
Excellent. We can take the galaxy together, and then I will backstab you.
Exterminate the Starbucks.
Outstanding. Yes.
Hello and welcome, fellow Whovians, to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We are live. Special time, special day, but the same amazing crew. We've got an amazing special guest. We've got Janet Fielding here, Tegan from Doctor Who, from the classic Fifth Doctor, from the 15th Doctor, someone who spans both eras of Doctor Who. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have her here. So let's get started here. Starting with our producer, our showrunner, the amazing Christian Basil.
Hello. Is the microphone
Christian
working? I just want to make sure because everything has been wonky this morning and StreamYard is just throwing complete random stuff out here. So just want to make sure the microphone's working okay, Dave.
You broke up a little bit. I think
I did.
know if you or me. You did, but I think it might be me.
I told you StreamYard is just acting weird, so we'll see how this goes. But you know what? Yes, I'm excited. Janet Fielding, Fifth Doctor companion, and she made a comeback in the Power of the Doctor with the 13th Doctor. I'll discuss more stuff with Janet when she gets on in here. But yeah, and I'll be producing today. So chats. Everybody, if you have a question for Janet, please put it in there. I'll be taking care of the chats this morning, and I will be doing production. So yeah. Oh, I don't need to go in the corner. Yeah, I'm fine. Cool.
I forgot about her. The 13th Doctor. Yes, I'm mixing everything up. I'm already messing it up at the beginning of the show. Woohoo!
No, that's okay. We work Tuesday nights at around 11 o'clock UK time and 6 o'clock our time. So when we have to wake up early, it's just not a functioning thing as much as
exactly. It's and I'm 2 hours earlier than you.
Yes.
So speaking of waking up, let's wake up another returning Whovian from the TARDIS archives. Hey, Michelle.
Hi. I am so thrilled to be here. For many people know, the Fifth Doctor era is my favorite era of classic Who, so I am ecstatic.
Excellent. And from Eerie Travels, the spooky one himself, Mr. Mark Muncie.
Hi, gang. Glad to be here. Yeah, growing up Who, I was, a teenager at just the right time for Peter Davison's run. So, and then seeing Janet, the first non-UK companion. I'm excited to talk to her. So.
Excellent. So we're gonna speed things along. We're not doing the news today. Is that right, Christian?
We're not doing. We do have some news, but we're not going to do the official.
News. But we do still have our friend Gadget Pendragon here.
Hi guys. How's everybody?
You're doing okay.
We're all
How
doing
you
great.
doing? Oh, did you
Yeah.
want the music?
Nah, I'm still asleep.
There you go. That was good.
Yeah, there's the music.
We're gonna get copyright struck for that.
Was it when I went?
Well, this is for I'm glad I'm on here because I was only like 5 years old when her series of the Fifth Doctor came out. And it was rare. I only got to see a few episodes on.
Never tells her
Yes.
right.
So no, I don't care. I'm going to be 50 years old in November. I don't care. I don't look it. So I am like, so I want to learn more about what was going on because I was still too little to know what was happening. And like I said, I had episodes where some guy was talking over the scene on PBS. I just had a piecemeal of the Fifth Doctor series, and I really want to know, like, how cool was it? How hard was it? What was going on?
Now, we do have one piece of news I want you to bring up. One birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And very special. Just by chance, we're interviewing Janet. So
I know, and I met him at New York Comic Con. That's the crazy part. Our own Fifth Doctor. I even gave him my business card and it had the TARDIS on it and everything. So I was like, he just looked at it like, what? But he was cool. Like, he was really cool. And I was hoping to get to meet him again. And that's what I'm saying. He was talking like backstories and stuff and at New York Comic Con. And I'm like, oh, I want to hear more about this. And now we have a companion. So I want to hear even cooler stuff. Because
it's always cooler stuff from the companion. But I got to confess, and I think I told Janet, this is, I think, the first picture I ever took with the traveling TARDIS was somebody. I'm almost 95% sure.
I think it is. I think because look at the TARDIS. Yeah.
It was blue. Now it's as Janet holds it up to.
Yes. Just like all the TARDISes, they keep chameleon circuiting and glitching.
There you go. Speaking of glitching, thank you, StreamYard, for whatever you've been doing this morning. And Dave,
cheers to that.
Cheers.
No, we're missing someone very important from this panel. The reason we are here this early time, the one, the only, the absolutely amazing Janet Fielding.
Woohoo!
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Janet. Good morning. How are you? Oh, wait a minute. It's afternoon where you're at, so it's still morning for us.
Yeah, no, it's heading into evening. Yeah.
Sorry, find the buttons. Tom's good at this. So, Janet, how you doing? Thanks for coming on to the show out there. It is Peter's birthday, believe it or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is Peter's birthday. Yes, I sent him a text. And I had already organised a card a while ago because he was filming abroad. So I sent him a card before so that it would be with him if he was still filming. I wasn't quite sure whether he was back or not. Yeah.
Now, here's a bit of trivia that I wanted to mention out there because not only was Peter, I think, my first picture that I ever took of the Traveling TARDIS, I was on another podcast and he was my first interview. And I made the cardinal sin that no Whovian should do. I said Davidson. And he did not let that go for the whole.
He doesn't usually stress about it particularly.
No, but he just gave me, he's just the guy, oh my God.
Yeah. People do it all the time because there is a Peter Davidson.
Yes. But I did it. I was like, Janet, I was like rehearsing this for like maybe a half hour. Davidson. And then I walked up to him. Hello, Peter Davidson. Oh, geez. And he just gave me this look. And I just like, oh yeah, I'm going to be one of those other podcasts you've had today, haven't you? So sorry. So Peter, sorry and happy birthday. There you go.
Yeah,
Peter Davidson.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Sarah and I are going to take him out for lunch sometime.
Oh,
nice.
Aww.
You guys did a cooking show together once, right?
We've done another one, which is on the season 21 extras too.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
You know what Peter made? He made a chocolate milkshake.
That's about my cooking level. I
Mainly
can't argue that.
consisted of ice cream that was blitzed in a blender.
Did he at least put whipped cream? Did he put
What?
cream on top? Milkshake with whipped cream on
Did he
top.
put any effort besides I'm throwing this in a blender? Or is
Okay, guys, just stop right there.
Okay.
It's already ice cream,
Yeah.
which is phenomenally fattening
Yes.
and artery hardening.
Yes.
And you would put cream on it?
Yeah.
Yes, because we're Americans and that's what we do.
We're Americans.
Yeah,
So-
Yeah, milkshake here is ice cream, milk, a little bit of vanilla, and then whipped cream on top with a cherry.
With a cherry?
Sometimes sprinkles.
Yeah.
And not a healthy cherry.
Oh God, I'm sitting down. What a terrible notion.
Janet, later I will introduce you to Ozempic.
Yeah. And not a healthy cherry. It's a
Yeah.
maraschino cherry. They're the ones
Yep.
that are just covered in sugar syrup. So
Honestly, I come back from America and I feel like I need a detox
Yeah.
because your food is so like calorific and
oh yeah.
processed.
That's
so
the way
much
we want it.
processed food. I
That's
bet that
never good.
cream is not whipped cream, it's stuff out of a can, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Not always.
Yeah,
Not
it's
always.
even better.
Always, some of the nicer places make it themselves. Yeah.
Oh, disgusting.
That is the perfect reaction, Janet, for what she
Yeah.
said. Wait a minute. We
Are
gotta
we
see
sure
this.
that's water?
We
Are
gotta
sure
see
it's
this.
water?
Plain water, nothing else in it. Water.
Mm.
No, we gotta have like Aquafina or all those minerals that come in with it that add taste
Yeah.
to it.
Oh yeah, or my personal favorite, Deer Park, which tastes like the deer did it in the water.
And most likely the deer did have it. This is the one.
Yeah,
You are aware that the rest of the world thinks you people are nuts.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I reminded them of that constantly.
that's why we came over here.
I'm a
because we-
Scorpio, so I'm already pegged. That's nuts.
I'm an historian, and that's the reason all of our ancestors came over here is because we couldn't make it over there because we're nuts, and so we were all sent over here.
I think that's what happened in 1776, Janet. They all told, yeah, you can have your
Cans of
coffee
cream.
Well, half of us
They
were
do
sent
not
over as
have those
convicts
cans
anyways.
that- Where
My
you,
dad
where
came
you
over on the boat at
spice
4 years
whatever
old.
is in those cans. Mm.
Australia was not the only place where England sent their convicts.
What?
Valid.
Billy's
Oh, you
in
know-
the chat's going, hello,
Yeah,
everybody.
Australia was the prison colony for England.
So was the United
Yeah,
States.
it
before the
became a
World
prison
War.
Yep.
colony for England after they had to shut down the American one because of the War of Independence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So we used to send the convicts to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Now,
No.
and my ancestors were transported.
Oh wow.
Great granddad stole a horse. Way to go, granddad.
Oh yeah.
Great grandma stole 2 geese, and great grandpa he stole a bolt of cloth, and they got transported to Australia,
Oh my God.
Mm.
which means they missed the Irish potato famine, which was
Well.
probably a very
Mhm.
good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were really
Well.
bored without Twitter. So that's all I'm gonna say. Wow. We have a friend named Balti who's in the No Name Trivia show, and Balti is also from Australia. And when he came onto the show, we were talking about beverages, but he confessed that 8 out of the 10 things that will kill you on the planet are in Australia. Is that true? Can we back up his story?
Is it only 8 out of 10?
Maybe. I don't know. We may have one here in the States.
I said there's a couple in Florida.
Yeah,
Definitely
exactly.
somewhere in
One
Florida.
or two in Florida. I think we make
Our salties are so much bigger than your alligators.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah.
sorry, but
Uh,
your alligators look quite pathetic.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I guess we're not going to Gatorland anytime
We're
soon.
quite proud of our our crocodiles, our
Yeah.
saltwater crocodiles.
Yes.
They are the world's largest.
Yeah, there's one in captivity in Gatorland in Orlando, and I believe he's called Old Grumpy of all things. And yeah, he's giant and he dwarfs everything else there. And they've got hundreds and hundreds of alligators, but he's like 3 times the size of all of them, and he is literally a giant dinosaur. It's pretty amazing to see him. So,
They're incredible animals.
yep.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm at the
Well, I
wrong
wanna
end
ask
of the
you a
continent
question.
to go visit Gatorland.
I want to ask you a question. We were talking about it a little bit before. I know you went from the talent side as Tegan to becoming the director at Marina Martin Associates. So,
well, I didn't go
what-
straight from.
Oh, okay.
First of all, I was one of the people who helped start Women in Film and Television in the UK, and I ran it for the first 4 years, and then I became an agent.
Nice.
All right. So, what did you learn? Like going from the different side, moving from the talent side to the business side, kind of. What were like your big takeaways from that? Because I went to producing for a little bit, and now I'm a writer, so I don't even do that anymore.
Well,
But what were your takes on that? So,
well, the big thing that I realized was that when you walk into an audition, the people on the other side of the desk want you to be the answer to their problem.
Oh, okay.
And I never understood that when I was an actor. I just generally felt nervous in auditions. But in fact, that's the situation.
Oh, that's cool. I never thought about it that way. That's
No,
amazing.
I hadn't. But as soon as I was an agent, I understood exactly. And I was talking to casting directors on a regular basis. I realized they've got a problem. And the problem is, how do I cast this part? So,
Nice.
Oh, I got you. Well, you oversaw Paul McGann, so how much of a pain was he when he Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to this that we want to hear.
oh, Paul was a delight. He was an absolute delight. And of course, I see him at fan conventions and things, which is lovely.
Yes.
In fact, I'm going to see him this coming weekend in Scarborough, up in Yorkshire.
And when's that taking? When is that taking place? Do you know the dates?
That's the 18th, 19th, I think.
Okay, so it's just a weekend there. Okay.
Yeah. And I haven't been to Scarborough for years, so that'll be nice. Yeah. But he was very easy, really. And the interview for Doctor Who was one of the first things that, I took when I joined Marina Martin. So it was quite funny, really. I thought, bloody hell, Doctor Who, you can't escape it. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't. Yeah.
Nope. It all
But
comes
why would you
around.
want to? But why would you want to?
Why would you want to? Quite right. Yeah, absolutely.
Starting.
Although when I was running Women in Film and then agenting, I really wanted to draw a line between having been an actor and so I never did any fan conventions or anything like that because I didn't think it was appropriate.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I know some agents that are very much like that very much delineate the two, and others that are like, no, I've got a bunch of guests at this convention. I'm going to go and I'm going to get my share too.
Yeah, no. But I didn't represent actors for these conventions.
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing back when I was agenting.
Yeah.
I didn't stay that long. I was 7 years or something I spent agenting. And I just came to the conclusion it wasn't really for me. I enjoyed lots of things about it. I had a good time, but it wasn't ultimately what I wanted to do.
So what was the most challenging thing about the job? What came up thinking like, oh my God, this is something I have to handle? What was the biggest challenge of the job?
There's constant challenges.
What's the one that goes like, oh my God?
Nobody in the business ever does anything other than at the last minute. So that's always a bit of a problem.
Welcome to the world of podcasting.
Things go wrong, as they inevitably will. Or for some obscure reason, I don't know. It's just, it's constant problem solving, being an agent. That's what you do. You're constantly problem solving. And I guess you are in a lot of jobs, but it was sort of, I just didn't feel that it was the right fit for me.
Well,
the one thing I really enjoy about the Fifth Doctor's era was when I first watched it. I was going through a very difficult time, so the Fifth Doctor stories really helped me get through a personal problem. So I just want to thank you all for that. But what's also is I always felt like as a manager, the Fifth Doctor kind of felt like a manager trying to get all these different personalities together, try to get to the problem or whatever. So that's
he was a talent agent.
Yes.
Did you notice how cranky he was with his companions?
Yeah.
And also, as a manager, sometimes you also have to be cranky too. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, that's because John Nathan Turner told me that I was there for the dads.
Oh.
And I didn't think I wanted to be there for the dads as such.
That's fair.
And so, like, how could I spin this differently? And there hadn't really been a cranky companion before.
And it was fun because you didn't want to be a companion. You were brought in by accident for your character. And it really added, and I think in many ways, maybe we could talk about how your companion has added depth to the companion character, that they're more than just, there for the dads.
It's very funny what you said, first of all, which was that the Doctor Who saw you through, the Fifth Doctor saw you through a really bad time in your life.
Yeah.
And that is quite a common thing that people say. There's quite a lot of people that will, disappear into Doctor Who. That gives them respite.
Yeah.
From whatever.
I was physical, and then I was also losing a dear friend to cancer. And so when life just sucked, I would just sit down with my dogs and watch Doctor Who.
Yeah. Well, I'm very glad to hear that it helped.
It did.
Well, you know what? I'm going to torture you and bring you back to Florida a little bit down here. So, a couple of questions. Yeah, I won't talk about the food. I won't torture you with the food, but we're going to go back to Pensacon. First of all, was this your first time driving a Dalek?
What a great Dalek!
Yes.
That was such a good Dalek. But we used to get the second, the bottom half of the Dalek in the rehearsal rooms when we were rehearsing, and I'd never been in one with the lid down. Oh my! But that is really claustrophobic. I could not do it. I could not play a Dalek.
Well, let me just include this just for people who are not aware. This is Dalek. This particular Dalek is Dalek Hal. Was commissioned by Marvin Sheldon, and Hal is brilliantly brought. Hal, when it comes to the Daleks of Florida, which is the entire group, Hal is the one that goes insane. And what I mean by that is I actually took Marvin with me to a location called Tampa Bay Comic-Con. And there's 2 floors of the convention, one where you can see where the actual convention's taking place. But then there's an area down below where the actual panel rooms are taking place. But you can see the floor downstairs. And I at some point during Tampa Bay Comic-Con, they're known to have people come out with their little speakers and they start dancing. They completely go nuts downstairs. And I was looking at the ground floor and I was looking at Marvin and I go, Marvin, wouldn't it be a great idea if Hal went downstairs and started dancing? 5 seconds later, he jumps into Hal, goes right into the elevator. Next thing I know, I've got videos of a dancing Dalek. So thank you.
Brilliant.
That's just the craziness out there. But yeah, Hal's the one that is the more popular because he's the one that's more outstanding of the group Pensacon out there. What do you think of Florida in general, besides our food and our alligators?
I did have some good food in Florida because you do nice seafood. But
yes,
I had been as a child.
Oh.
Because Dad did a year at Walter Reed Army Medical Headquarters.
Oh wow!
Oh, yeah.
Tell him thank you for his service.
Oh, thanks. He wasn't in the army. He was a parasitologist.
Oh.
So, and his field was bovine babesiosis, but it has marked similarities between that and malaria, and that's what he was working on in America. And then he had to go to a conference in New Orleans. So we came down the coast, Richmond, Charlotte, and beautiful Savannah, gorgeous Savannah. Mm-hmm. And then down to Tallahassee and across to Pensacola, funnily enough, and Mobile, Alabama.
Yep. Yes. Right along the Gulf Coast.
Along the Gulf Coast. But I've never been to Tampa. I've never been to the south of Florida.
Have you been to Orlando? Have you done the Disney?
No.
No? Okay. Get your water. Let's go. Dave, forgive me. The only button I don't know is how to put us back the way we were.
Oh.
I
can do
button?
Yep,
there we go. Ooh,
that was the correct button.
That was the correct button.
I've never been invited to Tampa even.
Oh.
I've never been invited to Tampa even.
Yeah. We're trying our best. They want the new folks.
I'm not sure I'm going to America while Trump's in power. It's sort of
Yeah,
we get that a lot.
It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
It's all right, but he would put a tariff on Tegan. So that's what we need to do. Send a Tegan up to the big government. So
it's a shame too, because we have a miserable winter.
Yeah.
And so it was Pensacola in February was lovely.
It's
it wasn't
true.
hot.
We had last year we had a miserable winter too. It lasted 3 days. We had to put socks over our sandals.
That's bad as Lisbon.
And yet here in New York, we're running out in t-shirts in the middle of a blizzard.
Yeah, well, Virginia, we had a miserable winter too, so we were just cold.
The main plus is at that point, all the mosquitoes are back in hell where they belong. We only have about a month. We only have about a month of that, so that's the beauty of that. So.
Oh no! They're in their hibernation season for mosquitoes, but now we've got the love bugs out. And if you know anything about the love bugs, Janet.
Oh yeah.
They're not as they don't bite, but your car will find at least a nest of them after you driven for an hour. You'll have a whole plethora of them making love to your bumper as you pass by.
It looks like you've done a bug genocide. It's terrible.
Exactly.
Everywhere. And
it looks like
the car wash companies, this is when they just make their retirement plans because they're going to make so much money this winter.
And that is when's the love bug thing? Now.
Oh, they're here. They're here now.
Yeah,
They
come
out. Yeah, they come out.
They weren't out when I was there in February.
No, they
were.
It started spring.
But I missed the manatees, didn't I?
Yeah.
If that's again Tampa Bay area. Tampa Bay area is when they winter. They go down there because there's the hot springs down there, so they all kind of crowd into that. It's actually kind of scary. They started finding that the power plants have that warm running water coming out of them, so they swarm those to the little inlets and stuff to the power plants, and that's where a lot of people watch them. But now it's about mating time, so they start moving out, and you can find them all over now. But,
and the skin turns green when they go by the power plant. So poor guys.
They glow in the dark.
They glow in the dark. Yeah.
Now they do.
Did any of you go and watch Artemis 2 take off?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I watched it on TV.
I drove down from North Carolina for that. So yeah.
I watched it on TV, and then I watched them coming back, and I got a little teary-eyed when they took off. It's like, it was just beautiful.
Yeah. I was going like this.
Yeah.
But I was in class during 86. So yeah.
I was in Boston when the shuttle blew up, and I can remember it was really, really upsetting. I mean, they're brave guys. They are brave.
My dad bought me a Challenger model kit, and I also had the plastic one. Plastic one had just finished in class. We were putting it together, and my glue one, waiting for Dad that night, and then we're watching it in class, 6th grade, and that's when I said, I'm not being an astronaut, I'm not being a scientist anymore. I was just shocked, you know?
Well, this was supposed to be down here, Janet, in Florida. This was supposed to be the moment that was supposed to inspire kids to go into NASA, to go into the shuttle program, to make a difference. And it's just like, that really set us behind. And not only that, I mean, I was one of the kids who saw it, but you could not even conceive what was going on as a kid. All these kids in their schools were watching this live, and it just happened. And you're just like, you don't know any better. And just like, well, maybe, when they hit the ocean, somebody will say, you don't know it. I mean, your brain just cannot conceive what just happened.
Yeah.
And it just kind of just moves on it there. Speaking of cannot conceive.
McAuliffe was the first non-astronaut. She was a teacher.
Right.
And you were sitting
Yes,
her up.
yeah.
She was from West Virginia.
Was on there.
Yeah, she was from West Virginia. So we were in West Virginia. I was living in West Virginia at the time, and that was huge for us.
Yeah.
And it was just, so sad. So sad.
So sad.
And it's still huge. It's still something that even I was a baby, so I didn't remember it, but it's still something we talk about because this year was the 40th anniversary, and was still that, and there's the zeitgeist of what happened to him.
That's why I went down to Artemis. We were as close as you can get is about 2 miles away from across this one inlet from it, and there was so many people there. It was electric. People were jumping and dancing. It was incredible. So nice to see.
Science. A science reporter, she was crying, really moved. Yeah.
And it was nerve-wracking because even when you've seen this, and beforehand we have SpaceX and whatever Bezos launches up into space, we had, for a while there was nothing. It was dead. The whole space,
and he had several misfires, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they some people don't understand that they had some misfires, but some people don't understand that's actually part of the process. They'll actually blow things up to see what kind of reaction they get. Yeah. So they will launch a rocket for the sole purpose of it might blow up, and then they get the readings from it, as long as there's nobody in it. So it's like, that's the important part. But as far as, they learn a lot from each time of disaster, but it's just like, and I think the one disaster that finally put a nail in the coffin was Columbia, when it tried to come back.
Oh yeah, God, Columbia. I remember that. My dad woke me up, and I'm like, what? It blew up? What?
Yeah. Because we didn't see it go up. It came back, and it came back in pieces.
Yeah. And
I was like this. I was like crossed fingers, everything with this.
Yeah, because when they're coming down, and you see like from Artemis, and the chutes are coming down, and they're radioing, and it's like, okay, phew, they're fine. And then they got them out of the capsule and put them on the little dinghy, and then they got up. And then as soon as they were on the Navy ship, it's like, okay, they're home, they're safe.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Well, Dave, I think we have to do the American thing for Janet and run our commercial.
Just before we go, Aaron Ball asked if we can ask questions in the comments. Yes, please, by all means.
Yes. Everybody's quiet. It's just like, no, don't be afraid to ask Janet a question. You're watching this live, so if you got some questions, we will hold them over.
She doesn't bite. She's nice.
Well, I do bite.
I'm sure.
Well, she did.
Well,
she did get with a snake. Like there was so we don't know.
So yes, everybody start asking your questions. We'll start posting them out over here, and when we return, we're going to continue our conversation with Janet Fielding as Tegan Jovanka. When we return, please continue to stay logged on. Tune in. We'll be right back. wait a minute. That's your thing, Dave. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You were talking. Go for it. We'll be right back.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now and unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused on sewing clothes. The spell stays unspoken, a dark silhouette of a marked man and broken. Right down, I didn't listen to that voicemail. A TikTok, that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
And yes, Jen, I just want to let people know we are the only Doctor Who podcast that is sponsored by barbecue sauce. So there you go. Speaking of which, let's continue.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Now, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life, and so we decided we wanted to do a show about something that makes us happy. And in the first season, that something is Star Wars. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
And we are back with our wonderful interview with Janet Fielding. Thank you for joining us here on The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Hello.
Hello. So I wanted to ask you, what was it like coming back to Doctor Who after so many years as a returning classic companion?
Terrifying. Because I hadn't been in front of a camera for 35 years.
Oh.
And, because I hadn't been an actor. And the only thing I'd been doing was Big Finish, and I don't have to learn a script for Big Finish. And Sophie Aldred has a big mouth. She told Chris Chibnall she really wanted to be an action hero. And I'm running up and down stairs and things in this. I said, you and your bloody big mouth. Yeah. No, we had a great time. We had a lovely time. But it was so funny because somehow the fans knew where we were filming. And they used to show up. And they wanted to keep us a secret, and they did. They did a really good job. And we had, those moon robes on, that people use when they're wild, swimming, those in cold water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we looked like demented monks, and then they put an umbrella over our heads, and so that nobody could see us, and we were sort of ushered into the location for the filming. It was great.
Nice.
It was great, and I hadn't ever worked with Soph before, which was really nice. So we did. We had and Gemma Richardson, who was just delightful too. So we had the three of us, we had a really, really good time. Yeah.
Speaking of filming, like what about like the difference between the 80s and then now today, like the CGI versus AI versus green screen, blue screen and all that, like all the puppets that were used back then versus
the budget is infinitely larger, and so the special effects are a lot better. But the thing that I found really difficult was that there was no rehearsal.
Really?
Yeah, you don't get to rehearse at all. You get on the thing, you're told about where they wanted you to move to, where your mark is, etc., and you get on with it. And so we didn't even have a read-through because it was during COVID that we filmed. And it's kind of, you think, because, somebody is sending you, is giving you a line reading, a line, and you think, I hadn't thought of it that way. So you're sort of always a bit behind the beat. I found that difficult to get used to. But, yeah.
Jen, I'm just going to intercede with this, and maybe you already answered the question, but Billy in the chat said, "It's feeling how different is acting now from acting years earlier?" You mentioned that you had to go into it. Were there any other things? And I'm going to add on Billy's question. When you and Peter got together for The Power of the Doctor,
yeah,
you guys have been around the conventions, but how did it feel to put that glove back on to be Tegan and to work with?
Well, we do the big finish, so that wasn't that much of a surprise. But it's always nice to see Pete. I'm only ever nice to him about him behind his back.
We don't want to hear the behind the back. We want to hear the front of the back.
I want to hear the pranks and all the fun that was on set.
So, but to be honest with you, you don't mess about on set because you have so much to do, and you don't have any rehearsal. So therefore, between takes, you're thinking about what's coming up.
Okay.
You'll have the odd chat maybe. Soph and Gemma and I sit off in a room, with Patrick, who was so wonderful as the terribly scary Cyberman, and we'd sit there and talk.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
I do love that one of the big finishes made a point at one point where Tegan somebody gave her running shoes instead of the high heels finally. And I was at, I'm sorry?
That was me. So Chris Chibnall contacted me, phoned me, and we had a chat about what I thought would have happened to Tegan and what she would have done. And I said to him, it seems to me that you can't travel in the TARDIS and not be profoundly changed by that. You're having all these amazing experiences. You're a young woman, you're traveling in the TARDIS, you have all these amazing experiences, some of which were very frightening. You're going to be changed by that. You're not going to come back the same person that you left. I mean, why would I want to be, Tegan wanted to travel. That's why she was an air steward. She became an air stewardess. And then she got more than she bargained for.
Right. She got the ultimate flight.
Which is, it's a staple of drama. Be careful what you wish for.
Exactly.
And so she was in lots of ways, very different in terms of what her life goals were and what interested her than she was when she was young. I mean, are you the same as you were 20 years ago? No, of course you're not.
No.
You do the same things? No, you don't. Do you even, we look different, we behave differently, we have different interests. Some things carry through, don't get me wrong. Tegan was still cranky, which is good.
I thought she was more like a mom figure, like telling the doctor like a mother, like to behave and to act right, and yeah.
I thought she was annoyed.
I thought.
Well, you saw that too, but I saw more.
38 years, I said in that.
I kind of saw Tegan as the kid's sister, who the older brother thinks he's the smart one, but she has to come in and go, no, you're not that smart. And one of the things, here's the segue, because I want to introduce you.
I do see Peter's the only boy in a family with 3 girls, and I'm the only girl in a family with 3 younger brothers.
Oh.
Okay. So just to get on the segue, and I want to introduce you to our friend Faith Kelly. Faith Kelly, who wasn't here, but she's our premier 13th Doctor. And she does a bang-up job being the 13th Doctor in our cosplays when she comes out. In fact, Jodie Whittaker did show up down here to MegaCon just recently, just a couple of months ago.
Did she?
So my question to you is this. Yes, she is. When you were told, hey, Jodie Whittaker is now the Doctor, what was your reaction to that? Especially being with Tom and Peter.
I was really chuffed that, it was a female Doctor. But at the same time, I also took Peter's point about young adolescent males losing a very positive role model. And there aren't a lot. Because the anti-hero has been very fashionable for a very long time. So I get where he was coming from. But me personally, I was delighted. I thought that was just fantastic. And she's such a good actress.
Oh, I'll tell you a bit of a weird story going on that, because when I grew up Doctor Who, we only had it on PBS. And the problem is that I didn't have Twitter. I didn't have Facebook. I knew nothing. So all I knew was what PBS was showing. So all I knew was this floppy-haired guy with a long scarf and a blue TARDIS came up. And at the end of the series, he falls off a tower, becomes blonde, and that's the end of Doctor Who. That's all I knew, because they would go back and we watched Robot again. And that was my Doctor Who experience. Well, one day, the PBS station, I don't know if they came into money or something, but now I'm hearing the words, oh, we're going to have a special episode called The 5 Doctors. So coming as a kid who only knew Tom Baker as the Doctor, then seeing him turn blonde, and then all of a sudden we were watching The 5 Doctors and we were watching Castrovalva. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, I didn't know any better. And I was one of those kids, I will admit, you took my Doctor away. Where's my Doctor? Is he coming back? And I understand now that the generations that grow up, that they see new Doctors and then they go, oh, yeah, by the way, there was this series on from 1963 to 1989. Oh, there was this 1996 TV movie. Yeah. I mean, it was just, I understand that.
60 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now, 63.
Yes.
It spans 63 years.
Did you ever think that it would come this far? Did you ever
No.
think that the series would go?
No, of course not.
No.
Who would?
No.
Yeah.
But you're happy. You're happy it's here.
So, as the founder of, with the founding administrator for Women in Film and Television for UK, and then we have a female doctor, do you think there was any more significant changes after, your advocacy work and stuff like that? Do you think what still needs to be done would probably be the best question there?
Well, I've largely stepped aside from all of, from that sort of thing. I've been involved in a lot more youth stuff. So I ran, for 12 years, I ran a youth arts charity. So
very nice.
Because there's a lot of deprivation, not that far from me, and a lot of kids who don't get a lot. And
was this the Motor House project?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the Motor House project. So I was trying to save a building and use it as somewhere where kids could get work experience, but also where the venue itself, that's it, where the venue itself would subsidize youth work. And the local council agreed to redo the frame of the building, and then we got hit with this austerity, and so they sold the building. And we'd spent a lot of the money that we raised in the building, and to no avail. But there's a guy at the moment that I've been talking to who's trying to turn it into, a hotel, really. I don't see it myself, but hey, I wish him very good luck. But it broke my heart. It was really upsetting. And then I kept the charity going with the youth work for another 6 years. Was it 6 years? 4 years. 4 years. And then it became impossible to get grant money for the sort of thing that I was doing. And so I help another friend with her youth work, but her funding has just stopped. So, but I think it'll come back, because we've had a couple of things with riots, with young people rioting.
Is there anything that our audience could do to help with these? Is there anything we can do to step in?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
But I said at the time, there's going to be riots because kids haven't got anything to do.
Right.
They've got no hope.
Right.
And there's no money being spent on youth work.
They're taking away too many programs, art programs, and everything.
And they need the arts.
I mean, what happens in USA, which doesn't happen where we are, is that you get a lot of philanthropy.
Yes and no.
You have a low tax.
Certain areas.
Sorry?
Yes and no.
Certain areas get the philanthropy, some don't. But that's
that's always the issue.
Yeah, always. Especially rural areas like where I'm at is it's always the lowest common denominator. Sadly.
Yeah.
So.
And it's always a mixed bag, because going back to the Space Coast, I mean, it was dead. It was literally nothing. All the hotels had closed up. All the restaurants were slowly dying. There was nothing else. But then you had the SpaceX come back. Somebody finally went up and said, why don't we just privatize this damn thing? So they finally got their act together, and now the Space Coast has blown up like never before. People who wanted those jobs from NASA and wanted to go into space, they have multiple chances. In fact, there's a hotel that I thought, I actually had an idea for the hotel. It was just like, why didn't anybody build this? But they built a hotel for its sole purpose. They put a bar on top that you could watch the rockets go off and have a drink while you're doing it. It's just like, so yeah, it's kind of a weird bag of nuts, but yeah, I'm hoping people will support things like this. I love the idea that it was a double thing. It would have saved a building as well as inspire kids to go into the acting field and give them
the original place where the old, Apollo, Gemini, and everybody, it was a place called Shuttles, was the bar there, and they were tearing it down, and then they built the hotel on top of it, and then it was going out of business too, and thankfully it's been saved again with all this. So nice to see. As a historian, it's always nice to.
Well, historic preservation is near and dear to my heart. I've been in museums since I was 16 years old and researching, and now I'm a researcher. But it's like, we got to keep our history, we got to keep our arts, we got to have our connections to who we are.
Yeah, here in America, it's like, oh, it's 50 years old, just turn it away.
And
well, we've got the opposite problem.
Yeah,
we've got the opposite problem in that we save too much.
Yeah,
and we don't allow, quite often, depending on what the local council is like, they often don't allow the modernization that the building needs.
Yeah,
I live in a grade 2 listed building, which means it has I can't change the internal or external without the permission of the conservation people in the council.
Oh man.
And sometimes to save a building, you have to do extensive repairs to it, because there's always a point where sometimes even historic preservation where, we're losing some of these buildings, but I'll look at it and go, well, it's too far gone. Sometimes it's just too far gone to save.
Well, for instance, you can now get double glazing, which looks, you can't tell that it's double glazing. DuPont do it. You can't do double glazing.
Wow.
But you can do secondary glazing, which looks awful. And you can see it from a long way away, and it looks crap.
So they're duct taping it. That's basically duct taping it.
With pre-1950 duct tape.
Sorry, in America, I don't know if it's a UK thing, but when there's a problem, we always duct tape it. We always put the duct tape on it. Yeah, it could be like a piece of metal that's breaking in half, duct tape it. That's how it's a running joke.
Off when my late uncle passed away, and he always put duct tape on everything. And during the process of him being embalmed, something leaked, and they're like, "We'll just cover it up. We'll make it fine." And my aunt goes, "No, get some duct tape. He would love that."
We do have a few questions, Janet.
Have you?
Yes, we do. Or we have a few comments. First of all, Billy just wanted to make a comment. Thank you, Miss Fielding, for your honesty and being as personal as you are. I don't get the chance to see your run on Doctor Who, but my doctor was Mr. Baker. But you are such a treasure and a happiness to you.
Which Mr. Baker?
Yeah,
good points.
Because you worked with Colin, right, on a skit. You worked with Colin on a skit.
Well, I started with Tom Baker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I did Tom Baker's last story.
Yeah,
and then I did I did a skit with Colin.
Right.
But Colin did a story before he became the Doctor. He was
he was the Roman soldier, right?
Yeah.
You were one of those heads spinning around Peter. No, I gotta ask. Speaking of head spinning, I mean, what the Five-ish Doctors? I know you were only in it for a bit, but how did that come across when Peter goes?
No, I was in it all the way through it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just all in that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta watch it. Well, there's no way you can find it nowadays. I saw it.
Susan and the other guy went to the TARDIS. She was walking through everything, helping out. Right. With I think Sarah Jane, right? It was like you two were the most on scene,
You were sent off with the first Doctor.
Yeah. And they had somebody in to play the first Doctor, and Carol Ann Ford. That was the first time I met Carol Ann, who played the very first girl in 1963.
Yeah,
the Doctor's granddaughter.
And then you're the scene with all of them when they're having the showdown with Rassilon.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
I think Christian was asking about the Five-ish Doctors reboot.
Five-ish Doctors.
The fun little things.
That's what I was referring to. Yeah, the Five-ish Doctors. So
that was the best thing. Peter is very funny. He really is witty.
That was awesome.
He really is witty. It was so good.
I still think the John Barrowman having his secret family was the best thing. That was just amazing.
So wonderful.
And then you're talking to him through the head, and like, you're late again.
So yeah, I was talking about the Five-ish Doctors.
Because they were doing, because I'd had, they'd all, so the doctors did a benefit for Project Motorhouse. And then the companions said they wanted to do one. So they came and did one.
Oh, nice.
And it was during that we filmed some of the bits for the Five-ish Doctors reboot with all the companions.
Okay.
I see what you mean now. I was thinking Five-ish Doctors, but not the Five-ish.
No, we got, you meant Five Doctors, I meant Five-ish.
Yeah, Five-ish Doctors reboot. Yeah, you're right. And that was, that was just a great day. And then of course Peter Capaldi, because Peter was an old friend.
Mm-hmm.
Peter came and did a benefit as well for the charity.
Now that we're talking the Five Doctors, we have a chat. Got a question. If you can remember working on the Five Doctors episode, how did you feel working with all the doctors on the set at one time? Was it a laugh? Was there a lot of egos flying around?
There were some egos. Yeah.
All right, spill it, Janet. We want to know everything. Spill it.
No.
That's why we brought you here.
Absolutely not.
You can spill it on the other show. She can spill the tea on the other show.
There's a rhyme with trout.
It was it was quite funny. Yeah. But, because Peter was the doctor at the time, and Peter's quite a calm personality, it wasn't as bad as you might expect. And Pat Troughton, it was such a treat to meet Pat Troughton. Because to me, he, my Doctor apart, he was my favorite. Because he was the one that I really remember from being a child.
Right.
Yeah. And he was lovely. Absolutely lovely.
I got the pleasure of meeting Nicholas. I got to meet Nicholas Courtney once, and he said that was his favorite time was doing that Five Doctors with him and Troughton, because he hadn't really played as much with Troughton as he wanted to, and it was.
Well, Nick Courtney is just the loveliest human being.
Yeah.
He was just the loveliest man. He really was.
He was nice to this kid who emailed him once and wrote him a letter once in the U.S. That was always nice to know that he just would answer any fan mail. So.
Yeah. No, he's delightful, a darling, a real darling. Yeah.
Janet, this is just a random thing I pulled when I was looking for pictures and researching the internet. For a better term, I fell in love with this picture. This is my favorite picture of you.
Aww.
I don't know why. No, I know why, but I was like, every time I would pull up there, I was like, oh, I got to stare at this picture. This is awesome. I just like the smile and everything. So that's just me. Yay. We won't go into details. A
long time ago.
So no, but I like this. You still look lovely. Look at you two. You still look lovely. Come on. Look at you. Still badasses in your own right. God.
Yeah.
We did have a good time.
That's great.
This is a spin-off right here. Just you two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That I would love to
You
see.
two take it.
Yeah, me too.
You got the hookup with Big Finish. Get on Big Finish.
Yeah.
Well, you get on to Big Finish.
We have.
I've asked.
We got Nick on speed dial, so come on, Christian.
You get on to Big Finish.
Okay. Yeah. The last time I talked to Nick, I said
to me.
I said, Nick, I will be a potted plant in the background making noise if you want me on Big Finish. Yeah. That's how I want it. But speaking of which, you actually have a new Big Finish coming out. This is
I do, yeah. Skeleton. Yeah. Very good.
Tell us a little bit about that. What
No.
No. Oh, we can't talk about it?
No. I just remember that we had to delay it several times because Mark Strickson was supposed to come across from New Zealand. And then at the last minute, he cancelled.
Oh.
I'd be lying if I said I knew the script. The trouble is, because you don't learn it, you just read it.
Right.
And then you do it in this, you read it, you work on it, and then you come into the studio. But if you don't learn it, you don't remember it. We all say the same thing. We find it really hard to remember. What's it say on the blurb?
Full cast audio drama starring Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, and Mark Strickland. Now, this is from Big Finish's own website, literally download it. And there's actually here's the site if you want to go ahead and purchase it or make an advance purchase. I see.
Yeah.
It came out on the 9th, I think.
Came out on the 9th? So, there it
just
is.
came out.
Yeah.
I haven't, because it arrived, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Yeah,
So
I haven't had a chance to see
it.
that one either. I was like, I get them day of, and I'm like, oh wait, I haven't listened to this one yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just thrilled to see one with you, Peter, and Mark Strickson, because we don't have that many with Turlo. And I'm a minority. I like Turlo for his little sliminess, and I love the balance of Tegan and Turlo with the Doctor.
Yeah. I think though people did like Hooklight. They really like Hooklight. That's a very long story. It's in 2 parts.
2 parts, yeah, there we are.
Hooklight 1 and Hooklight 2.
I
And
remember Warzone. Warzone was one that I enjoyed way back because I think it was 2. It was like Warzone and Conversion. They were 2 full sets. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Genesis of the Cyberman was amazing.
Oh
yeah. I mean, this is the longest. Hooklight was the longest one we did.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, Janet, if you were to pick a Doctor Who episode, do you think that represented Tegan the best? What episode would you want our audience to pick up on?
Snake Dance.
Snake Dance.
Yeah.
All right. Guess what we're reviewing, guys?
I just think that's a really, really imaginative story.
Mm-hmm.
Or Kinder too.
Kinder.
And because they're the same sort of the continuation of the same story, and that whole idea that something can go wrong in the psyche, it's a sort of manifestation of things. Something can go wrong in the psyche of an entire population.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that the snake is a metaphor for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd have to say, looking from the other side of the world at the USA at the moment, we are somewhat puzzled.
I was looking at the duel of identity. Like, that's what I was looking at. The snake was, what's the identity and what we're hiding in our own souls and hearts and everything, like what we can't tell the world.
I just like you had Doc Martin in the show. So that was...
Oh, yeah. Martin, it was his first television.
Yes.
He was so good. You knew
Really?
he
That
was
was his
going to be a
first?
star.
Wow.
You just knew.
I just remember when Tegan came out with the red eyes. That was it for me. I had nightmares for a week. So and I was a full-grown man at the time. So
I was trying to ask you, like, was that a puppeteer running the Pantheon God, or was that actually green screen or CGI? The snake.
It was a mixture.
Yeah.
It was a mixture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And technically, we could actually say that's probably one of the first story arcs that we have in Doctor Who when they started doing Bad Wolf and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Mara is an arc that even when you guys were selling the box set, that the ad for the box set when you and Missa were together.
That's right.
There's the Mara right back, and it's like, you know what, that really. One of the things I'm just puzzled sometimes is that there's so much good treasure trove of Doctor Who stuff in the past. Why can't we bring it up and revisit it and bring it to the future and have a couple stories with Tegan and how does the Mara finally resolve itself?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a story or a Doctor that you think Tegan should meet up with in Doctor Who Prime, if you could, not just the Big Finish?
Well, there are quite a few people that I mean, I thought Chris Eccleston was wonderful. I thought.
Oh, you two would be awesome. That would be, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so was, David Tennant, obviously, and Matt Smith, wonderful.
Ooh,
absolutely wonderful.
I thought Tegan and Peter would have been a good combo.
Peter Capaldi, absolutely.
Yeah.
Peter was marvelous, but they were all marvelous.
Yeah.
Chuty's wonderful, but Peter Capaldi is he's such a good actor. He's such a good actor.
I could hear him read a laundry list and it would be exciting. So
yeah.
I would love to see that on screen. I really would.
To watch him read a laundry list?
No. Basically, Tegan and him battling it out. I want to see that. That I want to see.
He Peter, that Peter won Best Short Film in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
But Best Live Action, which he'd written and directed. He's very talented.
Very.
And I was in the audience when he got the Oscar. I was here. I was in LA and in the audience.
Nice.
Because I represented his producer, Ruth Kennedy Letts, and his wife, Elaine Collins, was then an actor, and I represented her. And she was in one of, I think it might even have been David Tennant's very first telly, which was Taking Over the Asylum, in which he was completely wonderful. I mean, you instantly went, who's this? This is really interesting. This is an interesting new actor. Yeah. And I met him up at the RSC where he was playing Jacques to Liam Cunningham's Orlando, because Liam was a client.
Wow. That would have been amazing to see.
Yeah.
Those two are incredible.
And Hugh Bonneville was a client.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Jeez.
And Simon Cowell, Paul McGann. Yes, it was a good list.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a Civil War chess set. Collect the whole pieces. Put them all together. Let's make a movie.
Your company. Let's get them all. So
that's right. We got this. Let's make a movie together. I still love the.
Actually, the chess set. The Doctor's on one side, the Pantheon on the other. That makes a cool chess set.
I still love Hotel. I think I'm like one of 5 people that loves, because Paul McGann and Peter Capaldi are both in it, and that was kind of like our version of Airplane. That they did a comedy together, and just like Peter Capaldi and Paul McGann doing a comedy together. That is a bizarre mixture right there. Did you have any questions for Janet? I feel bad. Right over there.
No, we've been rabbiting on for over an hour.
No, that's about that. I wanted to give Dave a chance if he had any questions.
Well, I was curious. Is there one? And we talked about the new Big Finish, but is there any Big Finish that you remember that you really think we need to pick up and listen to? Because you've done a lot of them.
I have. The one I sort of remember is Lady of Mercia, because I played 2 parts in it.
Yeah. That's a classic.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think Hooklight is really good. I think people should have a look at Hooklight.
Okay.
And I'll be interested to see Helter Skelter, because I can remember saying to them that I thought that was a particularly good script, and although I haven't heard it yet, I if we've done it any kind of justice, and I'm sure we will, then I think Helter Skelter will be a really, really interesting story.
Well, we got put into the chats Helter Skelter, so if anybody's interested, by all means, go to Big Finish. You can go to Big Finish, type in Janet Fielding, and go completely nuts. But I put in the link for the Hooklight, at least Hooklight 1, so I'm sure that you can find Hooklight 2, and also Helter Skelter's in there as well.
Yeah.
Janet, I'll give you the final word. Did you have anything you wanted to tell our audience, or do you have any upcoming projects or anything?
I've got something that I can't talk about.
Okay. We all do.
That's no good to you, is it?
That's all good.
Well, I mean, if you want to drop like a weird hint or something that, you know, but that's okay. I'm not gonna push it. I am not gonna push it. Did you have a great time, Janet? This is the first time.
I did.
Awesome. If we could hold you.
You're all East Coast, aren't you?
No,
so you're
I'm not.
Except for
Canada.
Apart from you, you're up in Canada. And what did you say?
I'm in New York.
What did you say?
Yeah, just
I'm
in
in
New York.
Virginia.
I'm in Florida. Mark, you're in North Carolina?
North Carolina. Yeah.
North Carolina, Virginia, and Canada,
New
which
York.
is another
And
state.
you're Florida.
I'm Florida.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the home base is in Florida,
Apart
but
from you, it's East Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, mostly. But no, thank you, Janet, so much for this.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
exactly. For everybody out there, thank you so much. Let me go ahead and wrap it up. And Janet, we've got something special at the end of the show. If you could stay after the show, I'd appreciate that. But a couple of things we just want to go over. Let me get that. I need Tom so bad. We're going to be at 3 conventions, of course. Space Coast Comic-Con. That's going to be taking place over at the Space Coast in Vieira. June 20th through the 21st. You can scan the QR code or just go to Space Coast Comic-Con. Definitely check them out. You can also, we've just added a new convention. August 21st to the 22nd, we will be at Epicverse. And we will be joined by the Daleks of Florida. Gosh, Jan, I want you to check them out. You saw one. I want you to see the entire team, hopefully.
Yeah, they got
when you get a chance when you come back.
They have a fleet of Daleks. It's pretty epic.
Yes, it is.
Are these all in Florida?
They're all in Florida, and they're all over. One's in Kissimmee, one's in Tampa, one is in Orlando. I mean, Hal is in the Space Coast, so they're all over. And MegaCon is the big convention that they come to, and we all get together, which I still put the pictures out there. And the Dalek Builders will be with us over at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS at Ancient City Con in St. Augustine, Florida, which, Jan, I think you're going to adore. The World Golf Village Renaissance Resort. Get your tickets now, and you can book your hotel stay for September 25th through the 27th. Janet, thank you so much. And again, if you can hold over for after the show, we appreciate that. But you have to be, let me put you back up on the top. You have to be the one in the lead in this. I don't know, you're familiar with Simon Fisher Becker, the actor, correct? He passed away a while ago.
Yeah.
He was part of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. He actually was a panelist. He would actually come in and help us do the celebrity episodes because he had something we didn't. He was on the actual show, and he would ask some amazing questions, and unfortunately passed away last year. And as a sign for him to continue to be on the show, we let our guests or whoever we have somebody lead in saying goodnight to Simon. So without further ado, Janet, if you could do us a favor on the count of 3, let me go ahead and put him up. There he is in the corner. Why is his picture not up? Hey, what happened? No, where's his picture?
I don't know.
In the corner.
Well, yeah.
It's up there. It's up in the corner. You put it in the
No. With Tony and Simon, it's gone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That one's gone. Oh, I got to find that.
All right, while you're doing that, I'll plug my 2 conventions. I've got. I'll be at World of Oddities in Charleston, South Carolina this weekend with Carrie and I with the Erie Travels team. And then at the 1st of May, we will be in Sutton, West Virginia, home of the Flatwoods Monster, with the Wasteland Weekend for you Fallout fans. We'll be up there, and we will have special Erie Travels bottle caps for subscribers to the podcast. So come see us, dress in your best post-apocalyptic gear, and come learn about the cryptids of Fallout. So it'll be a lot of fun.
All right.
Was that enough, Christian?
That was perfect.
All right.
That was perfect. I still couldn't find the picture. I'm still mad at how that picture disappeared.
All right. Now back to your regularly scheduled Simon goodbye. So
that's right. Janet, if you could just go ahead and lead us out to say goodnight to Simon, we appreciate that.
Good night, Simon.
Everybody.
I hope you're sleeping soundly and calmly and happily.
Yeah.
And good night to well, no, it's not good night over where you are in the USA, but enjoy the rest of the 13th. And happy birthday, Peter Davis.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
After the show, Janet's going to tell us the real stories that we need to know. Yep, I got Janet in trouble. Anyway, folks, everybody say goodnight to Simon in the chats. Thank you so much for joining us. Catch us next week. We'll be reviewing the episode after Utopia, which I can. The Sound of Drums, yes.
Sound of Drums.
And as always, until the next adventure, Tony, take us out.